Hey there, this is Wendy Harrington, and today I'm reflecting on religion. Somebody asked me yesterday whether I was religious and what I believed, because I often refer to God, and I thought I would share on a video what I believe. So for me, I'm not religious. I never have been. I guess, Christianity was the kind of nearest thing in our family, and I went to a Church of England school, so did attend church through those sorts of things. But I've never understood why religion creates so much divide and so much separation. I've never kind of got that. And then the experiences that I've had, experiences of this amazing love, and the writing as well, things that have come through the writing. So I suppose I combine my experiences and then the things that I kind of channel, and then I suppose that's what I believe in, because it's almost like a first-hand thing. And that the writing that I've channeled is all about love and fear, and and ultimately there is only love. I've experienced that too, the knowing that everything comes from there and returns there, and all this stuff in between is created by that. And so when I refer to God, because it does feel right to call it God, it's like this unconditional love, the potential for all things. But it does feel to me like it is more than nothing. Like this whole idea that there is no meaning really, and it really feels to me like there is something, but I don't know it yet. And the writings have come, and they say, so first of all there was love and fear and everything in between. Then I experienced this incredible love again, and just knowing that everything came from love and everything returned there. And then another time I had a sort of 10-day period of being woken up every night, it felt like, and just began to sort of really lose the boundaries of myself, and came to a point where I experienced there was nothing outside of myself. It really was like this, life was this projection. And at that point I got afraid. Yet it always feels like there's more. There is something. And in the initial writing I did, I remember it said that all was fine as in God's plan. And at the time that really freaked me out, because I'm not religious. I don't believe in that. I didn't believe in someone controlling us. But there seems to be a beauty actually in the surrender, and that I do think maybe there is some sort of plan where it actually has our greatest joy in it. That actually when we stop being these independent beings, that actually from there we flourish. And it's like the whole idea of like the law of attraction, the secret, creating what you want in your life. It's all about me and I, isn't it? It's the things that I want, and that I'm going to manifest and create things in the material world to make my material life better. And we all know money's not the answer. We all know plenty of like rich people who are miserable and all that. And that really we all just want to be happy, don't we? We want to be peaceful at the core. I mean, I know it appears that we need things, and of course I'm a human being. We need these things. So back to the question anyway of what do I believe. So when I refer to God, to me what I'm talking of is this unconditional love, this guiding light who has my best interests and knows the best life for me, a life that will fill me with complete joy, and that in order to access and live from that place, I have to surrender my free will. So I give up the idea that I'm gonna make it through and create what I want, and it's been an interesting unfolding, but I find that the more that I sort of let go to that, the more I'm filled with joy. And actually that's my benchmark. I was thinking about that today, about success, and I thought it depends what you measure it by, doesn't it? So we often look at success and we measure it in worldly forms, in material things. Success is how much money you have, how many certificates you've got, the things you've achieved and done in the world. And it depends, I suppose, what is the point of life? If you ask that, is the point to come here and create these material things? And I remember when I was young, the sort of the very Western material thing, I remember looking and thinking, like, is that really the point to have, like, a new house and a couple of cars on the drive and an annual holiday? And 2.4 children? I can remember thinking, like, really? Because like, if that's life, like, I don't want it. And what I've realised is, no, that isn't life. That isn't life. That isn't what life really is. And that when I'm awake, it's like the colours are brighter. I'm filled with love. I'm filled with joy. And even when things are challenging or difficult, there's always love. And to me, it's like, I feel like that's the point. The point is to wake up and remember what we really are. It's not to amass things in the material world. And that the greatest joy actually is our, you know, our honest and unabridged connection with another being. The greatest joy is to be filled with love and then share that with others, and experience that together. So I mean, it's pretty amazing just to feel it within yourself, but then actually to share that with someone else then, or if someone else is struggling, that they come into your presence and they just feel better and they don't even know why. But it's because you're filled with love. So to me, that's what I mean when I refer to God. It's like just being filled with love, and that sometimes the world doesn't make any sense, but that's okay. That's the other thing I noticed, that when I feel connected with that love, none of it matters. The things that bothered me the day before, you know, the human worryings that we have, you know, they just melt away. And so I feel like there's a whole world that we can't see, and that I think that it, you know, it will change as we connect more with that. Who knows what will come into the world, and who knows what our actual true potential is. I think it's kind of mind-blowing, really. And I think, you know, where we kind of take a hold and we're trying to control life, even where we're saying, oh, you know, the source is, the universe is wonderful and it gives me everything I want and I just need to master this law of attraction stuff. I still think that that is an element of separation and control, and that you're actually still only creating out of the boxes of what you already know. And there's like a whole load of stuff that we don't know. The other thing that has really brought me peace is stop, you know, trying to understand the universe. Stop trying to work it out, because I feel like, you know, the logical mind will never understand the beauty of God, and that where we can just rest into that and experience it. That's my whole thing, is how can we experience it? Not have an intellectual debate about it, but how can it become what we are? Because when that happens, that changes everything. You know, and imagine everyone in that place, you know, there wouldn't be wars. There wouldn't. There wouldn't be fighting, there wouldn't be struggling, there wouldn't be power battles. So I feel like there's this amazing potential for us all, and that we can't go to the next phase if we're going to hold on to our selfishness. You know, if we're going to, and by that it's actually fear, that's what we're holding on to. You know, the idea of like amassing things in this world so I can pass them down to my next generation, it's all fear-based. Can you see that? And it's funny, I've been a long time, you know, with these ideas and knowing the truth of them in my heart, but too afraid to speak them. But I don't feel afraid anymore, because I feel like, yeah, this is the truth. This is the truth. And we've repeated these cycles of suffering and this separation and this, yeah, for far too long now. And what we need is peace. And what I love is each of us is so powerful to begin to bring that into the world, because it starts with us. It's inside of us. You know, when I make my peace the ultimate priority, then I feel like that's success. So I'm aware this is quite a long video, and I'd love to hear what you think and what you experience. You know, I'm really keen on is what you experience, because it's like we're not doing this. You know, the separate us with the free will is not doing this. It's like something greater is giving us a nudge. And that's how it feels for me. Like over the years, it's been nudge after nudge after nudge, and I'm a little bit stubborn, so it feels like sometimes, you know, need to be bashed around the head almost. But I'm glad it kept giving me a nudge. And I guess, you know, somebody said to me once, you know, you must have been looking for it to find you. And I said, no, I wasn't. But then I realised, hey, yeah, the world always seemed like a crazy place, and I couldn't believe that that was life. That was my thought. So back to religion. Anyway, I think that all religions are probably born of this love. The messages come, and it feels like the message comes, and then the message gets distorted, and the love gets lost, and then that separate part of us comes back in and tries to make it form into some sort of structure and organisation, and then you start to lose the realness, the pureness of the message, because the pureness is a direct connection with each and every one of us. And I think that's the answer. So I'm not anti-religion, where there's love at the core, but I think that the resolute ideas that the mind then brings take us back to separation again. So I don't know if that makes sense. So anyway, there's my thoughts on religion, and as always, lots of love, lots and lots of love to you, and may peace reign, may peace reign, may we all remember the peace that we are. I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.